just been experiencing like some lower back pain. That pain starts to like radiate into like my right leg. I feel like tingling in my foot, mainly in my hand. I feel it like go into like my right finger. I had surgery previously on that finger, so it gets like really stiff, especially when it's cold. And lots of sweating, excessive sweating. My underarms, you know, it won't be hot. It'll just, temperature can be just like now. And I just start sweating profusely from my underarms. My hands get clammy, and even with my feet have been sweating a lot. I've tried baking soda, powders, antiperspirant deodorants. Nothing is helping. So it's all this pain, anxiety, can't really sleep at night. And then the sweating just kind of puts an embarrassment on top.
I hear you. So we're going to connect all the dots on that one, but I just need a little more information, also for the viewers as well. Which one also seems to have the most sweat? The armpits, the feet, the hands?
It's the armpits.
That's number one.
Yes.
Okay. And what's number two?
I would say number two would be the feet.
Okay. And the hands are the last.
And my hands would be the last. So the sweating really started back in 2014. I was 8 months pregnant, and I was involved in a motor vehicle accident. And it wasn't something that I noticed at first, but with like the lower back pain, that's what I'm more focused on. And then I noticed, you know, just going to work, you know, putting on deodorant and then still sweating, you know, then I'm patting dry and then I'm excessively sweating again. And I feel like lately it's gotten worse to the point that I'm even sweating through like thick sweaters, and, you know, we're just going into springtime. And even in the winter I was sweating, so it wasn't hot, but.
Do you know approximately when it started? What, like a few weeks, a month, years?
This was after the car accident, so since 2014. So it's been about 4 years now.
But roughly, do you remember when it started? Did it start immediately right after the car accident, or? It
wasn't immediately after. I want to say I noticed it more, maybe around like 3 months or so after, maybe 4 months, maybe like the following year. It happened in August, and then I noticed maybe around like January, I'm sweating a lot.
Got it.
But I thought I was stressed. I thought just anxiety. I thought my pH balance was off. I'm like, well, maybe that's it. Maybe I need to take vitamins. I've even looked up some crazy ideas like Botox in the underarms. And then it dawned on me, it's not just my underarms. It's kind of my hands. It's my feet, you know, lower extremities. I'm just sweating.
So I get it. I understand. You talk about, okay, you got some low back pain, and it's going straight down to the foot and toes. Okay. So why is this region kind of important? As we see over here, because it's radiating out this way, what a key component, what people don't realize, the condition you're talking about, all that excessive sweating with the hands, the armpits, and also the feet as well, that's called hyperhidrosis. Now, the most current regimens is what you already tried experimenting with, you know, baking sodas, the talcum powder, and also antiperspirants, deodorants, so on and so forth. And the more extreme ends, what some surgeons do is they actually go in there and cut the nerve to the sweat glands. Or sometimes another way, they would also do Botox, inject it right in there.
I've considered that.
Okay, so why is this thing not functioning the way it should? So there are two key components, what we call parasympathetic and sympathetics. Plain, simple language is this. Sympathetic is like a gas pedal on a car, makes everything speeds up. Parasympathetic is like a brake pedal, slows everything down. Now there's supposed to be a fine division between the two. Parasympathetics, usually this region right up here, and this region down here. Now, sympathetics, this region right here. So it's right at this level, right at that key spot, is where they start blending. Now, bear in mind, every person's nerve system is unique. So therefore, where there's border, where they start overlap, sometimes they would overlap, or right where they meet, it can be, and it's supposed to stay just right at this pelvic level. For some people, it'll go a little bit higher, right at the 5th lumbar. Some go at the 4th lumbar. I've seen it as high as number 2. Okay, it really shouldn't be way up there, but that's what makes people unique. So it can be anywhere. But most of the time, for those with excessive sweating, known as hyperhidrosis, I've noticed most commonly is right at that 4th lumbar level. So if there is a structural abnormality, meaning some kind of trauma you experience, and knock that fella out and start irritating the nerves right at that level, it can cause a situation where, just like driving a car, you're pressing both the gas pedal and the brake pedal at the same time, resulting in the sweat glands to be way overblown. Yeah. This fellow over here, the 4th lumbar, see how tall it is on the front versus the back? This tells us this disc itself is in trouble. Now, I understand, even though for some more astute viewers we have over here, and who are also Gonstead students and doctors as well, yeah, this one also looks like in trouble as well. But I have a feeling most of this compensation from this fellow over here as well. So we're going to take a closer look, see what's going on. In addition to this over here, I want to take a closer look on you. Either 2nd or 3rd, but most likely that 3rd dorsal, we may need a correction on that fellow as well. And we're doing instrumentation. And the purpose of this device is to look for, is there any abnormal heat reading, which could potentially identify a particular nerve level that warrants a closer look. And we have one right here. And let's take a look, see if there's anything lower. So we have a small little reading on this one over here. Right off the bat, just in visualization alone, we see one heck of a swelling down here. It's all pulled. This is almost like a water bed. Feel all this? This is not fat. This is all fluid. All this. And the purpose of all this edema is, like an airbag, it's a protective mechanism. Try to stabilize a particular region. And this one over here is supposed to be nice and smooth like this. And yet, over here, there's a big, long indentation over here. It's like a speed bump. Feel that? Mm-hmm. So bump, smooth over here. A bump, smooth. Exactly. So right here. Tender right there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your body try to protect this particular level over here. There's something going on over here. So we're going to take a closer look right now. Tender right there?
Yes.
Yeah. How's that fella right there? Tender?
Yeah.
Anything else? Not really, huh?
Yeah,
what about this one over here?
Yep.
A little bit, right? Or a lot? What does it feel like?
A little bit.
What about this fellow? What about this area over here?
When you push there, I can feel it like over here.
Got it.
And oftentimes, like, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like there's like a just pressure and pain on my back. And sometimes I feel like I think it's like my bottom, but it's just
understood.
Just inflammation.
What about this fellow over here?
It hurts.
Okay.
You push and then I shake down the hurt.
Got it. What about this fellow here?
Same thing.
Okay, which one's worse? This top one? Bottom one?
I feel like the top one was a little worse.
It's worse, right?
Yeah.
So this one versus this one. See, this one over here, that's your 5th. It's actually moving. Your 4th, that's a brick wall. That ain't moving at all. So this one you feel all the way down below?
Yes.
Got it. So let's see which one this one goes to. See what you mean by the sweating part. Mm-hmm. Don't worry, we got it now. Just relax right there. Just relax right there. Oh! That was it. Come on up. Whenever you're ready. What's different about it?
It's not as sore.
Good.
It's not. I feel like my pain, it's like an urgency. It's always a reminder. It's always telling me I'm there, I'm there.
And now?
Oh wow. Yeah, earlier I couldn't even get this far.
Okay, that's good progress.
Pretty okay.
So what was this thing you're doing right now, huh?
Just like trying to work myself back up.
It's almost like salsa you're doing there.
Yeah, kind of get into a rhythm. I feel like a little pain here, but my lower back overall feels like there's just some release. Like there's just like a pressure, almost like you popped a bubble. And sometimes I feel like when at night I'm like going back and forth in bed, it feels like it's like water, just like hot water just traveling, and I'm just like, wish I could get it out somehow.
Okay. Fill me in. What about the sweatiness right now?
I feel like my pores are more open, but like not in a bad way. Kind of like, more like I can breathe a little bit more. I felt like a pressure.
Good.
I don't feel like I'm spazzing.
Okay, a little bit, right? Yeah.
But before, when you were touching it, I was jumping immediately.
What about this one?
That one still hurts.
Okay. So I need you to ice this here, okay? So you're still doing a little jumping going on, but not as acute as before. Fill us in. How is the hands right now?
I don't feel anything. It's just normal. Like they're just, yes. Okay, that didn't hurt. I hadn't cracked my knuckles in about a week because they started stiffening and it was starting to hurt. But that didn't hurt.
Well, how do you like that?
I like that. And my toes, like they're sweating, but I feel like they're not numb. I'm aware of like the wetness, opposed to just feeling it. It's like now I know. I feel like I'm like coming down. Like something was just, oh wow.
It was stiff.
Yeah.
So fill us in.
So I used to feel just very much pressured, a lot of pressure, without even really realizing it was coming from my neck. I always focused on my back, like it's my back, it's my back, it's my back, and I didn't really consider like how that feels. I just feel like, and I'm not sweating as much now. I feel like it kind of.
Wow, how do you like that?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one did something. I feel a lot from this. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thank you. I feel calmer. Like you just like pop the pressure.
Well, what we did was we restored a nerve function, right? And that dorsal, that area, not only your ribs are connected to there, that's why it helps alleviate the tension of the rib cages itself. Another component, that nerve also innervates part of your thyroid. So that's help explain part of the reason why you may experience anxiety from time to time, because the nerve wasn't functioning right. Therefore, how do you expect the thyroid to function properly? So I wouldn't be surprised. Thyroid hormones, a little bit off balance, anxiety, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome.